Yo, this is Brother Hatim. You
This
are
call is being
listening
recorded.
to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Man, brother, just rushing home, just rushing into the spot, get it done. My daughters wanted some playtime, so I had to make sure they got that. Um, I'm joined by somebody from Columbus. They on the line. I want to thank everybody that's listening. If you are listening on Spreaker, feel free to call me at 614-556-4535. I'm about to let everybody know that I'm on the line, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna run my mouth a little bit. Now, first things first, we're gonna talk about our children today. You know, the focus is children and nation building. You know what I'm saying? How important are children to nation building? Now, what I'm about to do now, I'm putting my link out on Facebook. So I'm going to my Facebook page. I'm putting a link out so that those that are out there who want to get on, you can get on. Either you can get on through Spreaker, or you can get on through Uber Conference. That's at 614. All right. 556-4535. So feel free to call in, all right? So I just posted it up on my page. I'm about to go to Gye-Nyame Journey and post it up as well. Those that got up, people that want to call in, go ahead, hit them up. Let them know that I'm up and live and I'm cooking. Come join the show. Or call 614-556-4535. Now somebody's already on the line. Who's on the line? Let me know. Hello? Hello? Alright, well cool. We just gonna
You got Champ still here, man.
Who is this?
Champ.
What's up, bro? Welcome back.
All right.
Calling in.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
so I'm running a little bit late. I appreciate the fact that you called in, and tonight we're gonna be talking about our kids, our children, and nation building. You know what I'm saying? The importance of the examples we set for our children. I had the experience of, in a sense, subbing for a class today, and looking at some of the kids that were in there, and their total obliviousness. I guess that's the only word I can use. They had no clue. They had no clue about who they were, not only as a black person, but as a human being. They had no idea about what type of world they were going in, and you know, I could be upset, and I could look at the school system and be like, well, it's the school system. I could be upset, and I could be like, it's the administration in the school. You know what I'm saying? And I could also point the finger at the parents, but overall, you know what I'm saying? Our children are a reflection of us. I mean, all of them. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we see our kids doing is a major reflection of us. They only can do what they know, and if all they know is well, I ain't gonna say excuse my language, because this I got it all is explicit. You know what I'm saying? If all they know is fuckery, then that's all they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And my question for all those that join, and as people join, you can help me by reminding them what the question is how do we establish some type of code in our community? Because if our children are demonstrating that they're lost, then we must be lost as well, because they're imitating us. You understand? And I'm seeing that the lack of having some type of code in our community allow for us to get involved in all types of craziness. When it comes to our communities, we could get away with almost anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's cases of known pedophiles in our community. There's known cases of individuals that abuse elders in our community. You know what I'm saying? That there's no individuals that's just been robbing motherfuckers in our community. You know what I'm saying? There's no rules. Anybody can come to the black community and be accepted. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can move into any area where we live in and bring any type of mischief, any type of mayhem into our community. And the question that I'm asking is, how do we establish codes to make sure that that type of energy is not around our kids? Because when I was sitting in this classroom and I'm talking with with some of the young ladies as well as some of the young boys, because actually I get the young ladies to talk more than the boys. For some reason that has always happened, but I'm noticing that even that they are lost, and it's almost like they don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. You know what I'm saying? And it's like these are the people that's gonna take care of us when we old. You know, and maybe I'm expecting too much from them. But you know, I have traveled. And I've seen different places, and I've seen teenagers in other countries who are shouldering adult responsibility. I grew up with teenagers who were shouldering some adult responsibilities, and I know from my studies that adulthood actually started at about 14 years old. But for some reason in America, we have an extended adolescence. And I'm wondering how this is going to work out for us in the long run. Our children are having extended adolescence, so they are able to be involved in playing for extra amount of time, from 14 to 18. They're not pursuing what it is they need to be or what they want to be. You know what I'm saying? They're able just to do nothing. They're able to be wayward in class. They're able to go to class, some of them, and waste hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, because I work in the school, and I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, oh, my goodness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing that out there. For those of you that's out there on Spreaker, hit me up at 614-556-4535, FreeStyle Fridays. You know what I'm saying? There is no wrong answers. There is no right answers. All we looking for is a discussion so that we can all sharpen our mental swords so that when it comes time for us to take action in the community, we have no excuse. So for those of you on Spreaker, I'm ringing the school bell. Class is in session. All right. Now, so brother, you still there?
Yes,
you
sir.
Still there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you got any comments? Got anything you want to say?
I'm going to tell you, it's funny that you touched on that subject because I was walking through my neighborhood the other day and I was kind of thinking the exact same thing as far as, like you said, the code that we need to have as a people to be able to really control our community. I mean, if you even think to other ethnic groups, think of the Italians, how they did it when they had the mob. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
they still got it.
You couldn't come in there and do anything and think you was just going to get away with it. And my thing is, we need to have something like that too. I mean, even if we just need to hold each other accountable, and even if you go to the gang members and you go to the drug dealers, whoever it is in the neighborhood, we should be controlling our own stuff. I was going to say our own shit, but like you said, we get explicit, but we should be controlling our own shit. The police shouldn't even be able to come in here and just do anything without being able to, you know what I'm saying, answer to us.
Without there being consequences.
Exactly. There's no consequences. And like you said, all of that goes all the way back to what are our kids seeing. So something else that you touched on is the fact of, like you said, when you in the classroom, you see the girls seem to speak a lot or be a lot more vocal than the boys. For one, that's because the boys are so worried about what they boys, quote unquote, are going to think. And then also, that you see most of the households are run by who? Women.
Wait,
you see what I'm
say
saying?
That again. Say that again. That's
what they're seeing, is that women are running the household, and the women are always the one that's vocal. And if there is a male around, a lot of the times they even shitting on the men. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah.
it seems that the woman is the one who is what is the word I'm looking for? At least
Running
accepting
shit.
and being vocal. You feel me? And leadership,
Right.
exactly. So all of that stems back to 360, right back to what you're saying about we need to have a standard that we as people stand on that everybody has to answer to.
Right. I mean, because I'm writing a book called Freedom Within Them, and it's a book of haikus. And a haiku is a 17 syllable poem. But in writing, I have to limit all of my poems to 17 syllables. 5 in the
Right.
first verse, 7 in the second, 5 in the third. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have to limit
Right.
all my writing. But what I found out was because of those limits, I had an unlimited amount of freedom. You know what I'm saying? Within a closed space. And that's what a community should be. That's how we should be with our people, man. It's like if you don't have boundaries, you can't grow. And I think it's because of the boundaries. When you think about it, man, he was doing better. It was so kind of crazy. He was doing better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we had boundaries. Because we had those boundaries, we were able to push through them and hide the problem. But because now we're sitting up here, anything goes. You can do anything. You can do anything you want. You know what I'm saying? Our kids think they can do anything they want. Our kids think that they're going to magically make some money, that they magically going to be picked up by a record company, that they magically going to go pro. You know what I'm saying? That, they got all this magic thinking going on because their parents is talking magical. You know what I'm saying? The parents still believe in unicorns and rainbows and I mean, seriously.
Nah, you right though, yeah.
We got a bunch of adults that's living the cartoon life that we watched coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like watching the Flintstones. Everything always work out on the Flintstones in those 30-minute segments. You understand? All the TV shows that they grew up on, everything worked itself out. So you know what? You really don't have to do nothing because it's all going to work out. You know, so I can sit on my ass for 30 years. And before I know it, my life is gone. But while I'm doing it, you know what I'm saying, I'm having a good time because, I asked the kid, I said, well, if you knew you only had 30 days left to live, what you do? I'm going to kick it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live my life. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And I said, for me, I got to make sure that there's something left for my kids. I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? And I pray that when y'all get older and you get responsibilities and you understand that the world is bigger than just you will feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? But right now, our children are plugged into something bigger than themselves. Like for example, the reason that a lot of our kids are not doing well in school is because they're not going to school for something bigger than themselves. You know what I'm saying? You think back to your childhood. Think about some of the bros that dedicated themselves to the street gangs. These dudes was able to learn all the lit in every gang that they was in, know all the symbols, be able to identify a motherfucker basically on sight and just by a motherfucker's shoestrings or by the way a motherfucker got his hat twisted or by the way that they use certain words. You know what I'm saying? That this motherfucker was the enemy. When we get our people focused on dedicating themselves to something bigger than themselves, we do shit like build pyramids. But when we're undedicated, we build shit like ghettos where we live right now. You know what I'm saying? Hood. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing bigger. I'm about to text people, let them know we on so they can join the show. Join us.
Man, hey, they better come on because you hitting them right now.
Oh, I got to record it. This is going to go up. So say your name again so that they know who you are because I'm gonna repost this after we get off.
This is Champ out of Columbus, Ohio.
All right, for those that are in Columbus, we will be having a camping trip on September 11th. We will be going up to those that are familiar with Columbus. We're going to a place called Allen Creek. which isn't too far outside of Columbus, and they have a beautiful, beautiful um, group campsite that we already rented. You already got the tents for people. If you don't got tents, all you got to do is have your own sleeping bag. You come out. You know what I'm saying? It's $25 for an individual, $50 for a family of up to 5. So if you got a family of 5, you know what I'm saying, and a family is $5. I mean $50. An individual is 25. You know what I'm saying? Fundraiser and fun. Come kick it with us, and we're gonna have a real good time. So
and tell us what that is, man. Tell us what's gonna be going on there.
All right, now what's basically gonna be going on now? And basically at the camper trips are really just to chill. Because the thing is, like I said, I don't know if you know about my Gye-Nyame complex. I want to buy my new vision now is that I want to try to buy an apartment complex, right? But even before I was trying to buy the apartment complex, and the reason I want to buy the apartment complex is so that we can establish the community that we're talking about with the codes and all this. Because I want to give the men something that they want to defend, the women something that they want to defend and nurture, and the children something that they want to carry on and protect. You know what I'm saying? And we got all these apartment complexes around here with all this fuckery going on. Why don't we just come together, buy what we want, throw all the bums out?
Right.
Throw all the bums out. You know what I'm saying? Keep all the fuckery away from my kids. And have one of those big ass apartment complexes where our kids can run through that motherfucker and we know they're safe. You understand what I'm saying? They can have a good time. They got a playground. You know what I'm saying? We can have control of the community schools as well as have some political clout because we got over 100 units with over 400 people living in them or something. I don't know. But the point that I'm saying is, if we want a community, we got to build that motherfucker and we got to own it. And when our children see us owning it and they see us working for something bigger, they're going to start working for something bigger. So now when they go to school, they're not just going to school for themselves. They're going to school to take a maintain their daddy's power in this community because once I get the apartment complexes, I'm selling them to individuals. So what I'm going to do is buy it outright. So I got to raise like $3 to $5 million, buy it outright, renovate it, get it up to date. I want it to be the latest in energy-saving technology. I want to sell it to families. Now, because you own it outright, because I'm not doing this for money, because you own it outright, you can operate as a bank. So people don't have to go to the bank. They just have to come up with their own down payment. You know what I'm saying? If they meet the standards of the community, they can buy this shit from us, and we can have like a 10-year mortgage or however you want to do it, and the community will have to bank, and eventually the group of people that live there and move in here will own it. So so now I'm saying all that to say this: when we do the camper trip, there is no definite agenda. There is just I want to bring our kids together. I want to bring the adults together, grown men, we can sit down, we can talk. We could have a place where our children could run around and be safe, you know what I'm saying, and have a good time now. But on this trip, one of the things I'm working with is, one, I'm getting the knife form. I'm going to do a workshop on knife form, meditation, you know what I'm saying, we've been over 5 years. We may have some other people that want to do workshops. So really, it's open for whoever want to participate. If you got something you want to share. Because the major thing is, we all need some time where we can get away and just be free. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can take a vacation without going broke. You ain't got to go to Disney World and spend $3,000 to have a good time when we got Allen Creek, a group campsite less than 20 minutes from everybody in Columbus. This shit is right up north, right next to the beach. So if we want to go swimming, we can get up and take our kids swimming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Community building, that's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the issue is just in my small circle. You know what I'm saying? We got so many kids now. From all the people that I don't work with and I don't help come up, they got kids. So I want to make sure get our kids together so that they know each other. So we don't never have to be like some of our elders did and run into each other at a funeral when one of our kids, one of my children, another one. Because they ain't know it was their cousin. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put it. We got to be serious about this. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real serious about it. All right, somebody from Cleveland is calling in.
What up, Bob?
Who's this? Is this Wiz?
Wisdom.
Oh, my God.
What up, Dad? You called it. I love you, man. You in a minute?
I love you, too. Man, you ain't drunk.
Huh?
Is you drunk?
Nah, man, nah. I'm good. I just, I like doing random stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, did Surreal call you? Did Surreal call you?
Nah, I ain't talking. Nah, Surreal ain't calling me. I got a new number.
All right, cool. I'm gonna need to write your number down, and after we get off, I'm gonna give Surreal your number. Surreal back. He's trying to get in touch with you. He live up there by Akron, so.
I dropped in on Surreal most definitely though.
All right, but right now we're talking about community building and our kids. You know what I'm saying? How do we build communities where our children can have enough respect for it to have some direction? Because for our children to have direction, we got to have direction. For our children not to be involved with fuckery, we can't be involved in fuckery. You know what I'm saying? For our children to want to move forward, they got to see us moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do we establish those codes in our community to make sure that our children are able to be the best they can be? You know what I'm saying? Because they see us trying to be the best we can be.
Yeah.
That's the question that's on the table.
You gotta lead by example, really. You know what I'm saying? Lead by example and be around and be that role model for that person. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but this is a challenge in that one. You could be a perfect role model for your child, but the community is a lot bigger. Everybody on this call right now know for a fact that at certain ages, your friends have more influence on you than your parents, or just as much.
Exactly.
So what we have to be able,
That's true. Yeah.
So what we have to be able to do is that have an area where your children's friends are very similar or come from a similar background as you and your child. That's what community is about. You know what I'm saying? So we got kids that are hooking up. Like, for example, maybe both of y'all have experienced this. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for some more people to call, but maybe y'all have experienced this. You might have a friend who comes from a good family. The father's there, the mother's there, but this motherfucker want to be in the street. You understand what I'm saying? Because of what he's listening to, because of how he came up, he wants to go and be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing a lot of the wrong shit, and even ends up sometimes fucking up their life. And I got about 3 stories like that. You know what I'm saying? With individuals who had no reason to really be out there, other than that's where their peers were, and because the
community allowing it.
Say it again.
For the family,
I said the community allowing it. We allowing it to happen. We allow it to happen. Ain't no way your next door neighbor's kid, let alone your kid, but we're going to talk about even your next door neighbor's kid. Ain't no way he shouldn't even have came up. He should have almost the same respect for you as he got for his own peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see him out there tripping, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? But it takes more than just the next door neighbor. I see exactly what you're saying, brother. It takes more than just the next door neighbor. It gotta be the next door neighbors to the next door neighbors and the people around the corner and around the block and down the street. You know what I'm saying? Because that way he's encompassed in that function. You feel me? So therefore,
And he
there's
wants
no
to
way
be
that
part
he
of
can
that.
go. Yeah, ain't nowhere
That's
he
right.
can go where he can waver. Cause it's like, you know what I'm saying, Granny down the street, Auntie Netta over there, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Johnny over here, he ain't gonna trip, and my boys, you know what I'm saying, they gonna trip on me, cause man, we just can't allow it, man. But it's gonna take a lot of work, but you starting right where you need to start at, man, and I commend you for that. It make me think of the compound, you know what I'm saying, like you said, kids running free. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need, man. But it's gonna take a lot of work. The thing
Oh my
about it is
God.
the journey of 1,000 steps of 1,000 miles start with one step. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
a lot of times we don't see. A lot of times our vision is so vast and so big that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it discourages people, and that's where a lot of our talent gets lost. That's where a lot of our thinkers get lost. That's where a lot of our people get lost, is because we don't want to take that. Sometimes we're not going to get there. You know what I'm saying? That's like just what we're talking about right now. Right now, you know, we might not even get there to what we're talking about. Kind of like Martin said, I don't want to use Martin, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just say, you know, I might not get there with you. But the thing is that I'm going to start this in motion. And, you know, it just got to keep, it's like a handoff, it's like a marathon. You feel me? I'm handing off the baton, and we're going to keep this going and get it stronger. Hey, man, I'm right there with you, man. For real, that's what's up.
Now, you mentioned a compound. A lot of people don't know. Like, are you a fan of this movie, The Godfather?
Yeah.
Now you know that the area where The Godfather lived was a compound. So it
Right.
was like an apartment complex. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people ain't
Right.
realize it was a large group of houses supposed to be a compound. You know, a lot of people ain't read the book, so they wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This idea of talking about this is nothing new. Community people have always done it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, yo, dude, I mean, we got to, like I said, let's get to a point where we got to get off, well, either we got to piss or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming to a point where, you know, I got, like you just heard, that's my oldest blood son. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That actually came from me. That was just on the phone. But
Right.
outside of him, I have he has a whole bunch of brothers because I've been taking care of people his whole life. That's all he knows. You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about one of his brothers that just got out of jail that's looking for him, right? But the point that I'm saying is, all of them got kids.
Right.
All of them got kids, and we don't do no holidays together. We don't do no, you know what I'm saying? We all live so far apart. You know what I'm saying? The likelihood let's start now of our children coming together is not gonna happen.
Right.
You know? So
I know you hip to York though, right?
Oh yeah, Dr. York, yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know, when I said, yeah, you know what I'm saying, that's something on that level, you feel me?
Right. But you know, you see, you know, like I said, we gotta cover all our bases because
keep it tight.
Exactly, because what happens is any type of fuckery goes on in there.
Yep.
You know they coming to get it.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And then that's where, because that's why I want it in the city, because I want the people to be interacting. I want to be an example to where everybody wants to be part of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, because we are part of the community, it's gonna be hard for them to come in and extract us. Without they're gonna have to really make up a whole bunch of madness in order to come in and take away this, because it's like, it's not based on religion. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have different people with different faiths in here. The only thing is, people gonna have a unified code, a unified principle system that we all agree that we're gonna live by. You know what I'm saying? So you can get Christian over here, you can have Muslims, so it ain't based on that. You know what I'm saying? But what they're gonna come for is, if you look at the financial possibility the economic possibilities of all the trade that is just going on in the area. You know what I'm saying? Because you can start, barbershops gonna start, a barbershop or two gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? Hairdressing gonna pop up. A store. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Nah, you know what's gonna happen though? What's gonna happen is it's gonna engulf the community.
There
so
you go.
Really, what you have standing already is still gonna be there. Everything is still gonna be just like it is. It's just gonna be like a cancer. I hate to use that what seems as a negative term, but it's gonna be like that to the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna engulf it. So, like you said, with all the economic possibilities, when you start buying stuff out, and it's like boom, or not even, you don't even really have to start buying stuff out, but it's just like that code that you set creates a standard, and it's like the community is gonna start to have to live up to the standard, or else. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really that's the element is that there's an or else. You feel me? Now I'm not saying that that's violence or anything like that, but at the same time
we ain't saying what it is.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna have to be somebody gonna have to answer to somebody or something. We just not gonna allow it. Just simple as that.
We're not going.
So like I said, over time that's just gonna it's just gonna engulf the hood, man, and before you know it, it's gonna spread, man. But that's like I said, man. It starts with one step, and we going in the right direction. Definitely
going in the right direction.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I guess I wonder where y'all at. I'm missing his energy today. But, seriously,
he must have sent me. He must have sent me. You know what I'm saying? Because he told me jump on.
Because
you feel me?
You sure feeling in good, man. Hey. And we're gonna have to actually, since you in Columbus, we're gonna actually hook up. I wanna meet you face to face.
Definitely. That's inevitable, for real.
So now let me see if I got any more announcements. Oh, I need to let y'all know what happened Wednesday. Wednesdays I figured out Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I missed Wednesday's show. So this is the new rule, and just like those people that listen to the show that helped me stop smoking cigarettes. Y'all gonna have to remind me that I can't kick it on Tuesday and Wednesday. Because Wednesday, I went out and I kicked it. I said, I'm gonna make it to the show. I got all the way to 10 o'clock. I'm gonna kick it. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, it didn't work out well at all. You know what I'm saying? Didn't work out well at all. So, I can't kick it on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. On Tuesday nights, I do folk tales for grown folks, and that's where we discuss. We look at the folk tales, and we look for comparisons of what's going on today, and we try to do what I call wisdom mining. We try to extract the wisdom because our ancestors hid the wisdom in folk tales for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like I call it crystallized wisdom. We just got to be willing to get dirty and do the mental work to extract what we need so that we can use it today. And then on Wednesdays, we do tribal quotes, where we basically go through and look at 3 quotes, and we work on them and we break them down. We on day 62, I think. So those people that would be interested in catching up, you know what I'm saying? I got the book. You know what I'm saying? I can send out PDFs for those people that's calling in. For those people that don't want to call in and you want to support the journey, you can purchase the book. You know what I'm saying? But the piece is, we got to be looking at, because our ancestors left us the answers. You know what I'm saying? As far as the code. They left us the answer as far as the principles. They left us the answers in how we should be living our life. You know what I'm saying? How we can get past some of the petty little arguments that we had. How we can get past the relationship issues that we have. How we can get past the disrespect of males and females. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors already left that because they basically experienced life, and they took the time to write down the wisdom. So all we have to do is go through it and extract what we need. You know what I'm saying? All the answers is out there. You know what I'm saying? So, we go through quotes and we go through proverbs and we look at solutions for problems today. Same thing with the folk tales. I'm not just going through the folk tales to talk about the animals that they talk about, to talk about ancient history, because for us right now, where we are at this point in time in life, if we cannot get some useful information from the shit that we are studying, we need to put it down. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, you know what I'm saying, if the study is not producing fruit, we need to cut that shit down and cast it in the fire. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to produce fruit with everything that we're doing, because right now we are in a time where, if you look at what's going on in the world, we're living in a time where either, and it's a beautiful time because we have a choice. Either we can produce a heaven on earth, you know what I'm saying, through the technology that is available. You know what I'm saying? Free energy for everybody, enough food for everybody to eat. With all this technology, if you look at the stuff that's coming down the line, our whole mind frame is going to have to change so that we can accept the things, because for some people it's going to be too good to be true. And what they're going to do is they're going to fuck it up. They're going to self-destruct because it's going to be too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Or we could plunge into a hell. You know what I'm saying? Which, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, a lot of self-destructive humans tend to do that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Because if you look out in the world, you look at the technologies that they developing. Like, for example, let's say we raise $3 to $5 million. We get this apartment complex for possibly another $1.5 million. We could totally get that whole fucking apartment complex off the grid. And what I mean by off the grid, they have solar technology right now that could probably run that whole apartment complex. They got small nuclear power plants that we could dig a hole, bury it in the ground, and probably run that whole place for the next 75 years. This shit is happening right now. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, it's just the technology that's out there. We could grow enough food in the apartment complex to support not only that apartment complex, but everything around it.
Right.
But it takes us studying and finding that stuff, because it's out there right now. All this shit that I'm talking about is out there right now. This is not fantasy. This shit is out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Even like, for example, they talk about water wars. The water wars is gonna be fought, right? They got a machine that can extract water, clean water, from damn near anything. Motherfucker built it in his garage, and right now Pepsi Cola is working with the shit. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm saying is, for all
that's powerful, man.
That's what I'm saying. And the shit is affordable. This is what's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Just imagine you got some shit in the middle of the city that runs itself. Motherfuckers gonna be mad. Motherfuckers gonna be wanting to get into that shit. How do I get in it? How do I do that?
Exactly.
How do we get involved with that? Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got the solution over here. You just gonna have to pay a little bit for it. You see what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be nothing too much, but you gonna have to pay for it. See, because the whole piece that I want to be able to do, even with that apartment complex, is like you said, if the code is strong, it's going to spread throughout the area. But in that apartment complex, if the city shuts down, I want that apartment complex to still be running. If all the power all over the city go out and all the stores shut down, I want to make sure that apartment complex is able to still run and still take care of the people that's living in the complex, and even people that may be living around on the fringes of the complex. You understand what I'm saying? And that shit is possible, man. That's the type of world
Definitely, like you said, really the concept is not new. It's just that we haven't, as a people, implemented it. Everybody else that implemented it. Now, I'm not going to say we as a people haven't, because there's definitely people that have, because, you can go to Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was definitely something that was popping, just like what you're talking about, where all of the commerce, the whole system supported itself. What they do, they had to go in there and tear that mug down, because it was too much. I mean, you got doctors, lawyers, all of that was in the community. I mean, even the area where I'm at right now on the Near East Side, when you think about Long Street and Mount Vernon and how it used to, you know what I'm saying? This was, it was an area
that was
like
the heart.
that, like, Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was where we really had the opportunity to grasp that right then, but a lot of things came in and messed it up for, times like that. Back in that time when talking about 60s, 70s, man, that was our time to really grab it, but we lost it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's because they planned that anyway. They infiltrated
There you
because
go.
they saw what we were doing. They saw how powerful we was about to be. But right now though is a prime time too. Because
It's
with
a
all the
prime time.
injustice that's going on right now, and how we seeing that it's we didn't choose for it to be like this, but right now they pitting each everybody's being pit against each other. This now it's white, black, it's y'all, us. It's not even, and it it's just crazy, man. So right now it's like I said, a prime time to where kids are going to listen. People at the young, because it starts with it definitely comes from the elders, but the spirit of it is in the young, man. And when
That's
you
right.
get the young involved and you get the young passionate about it, that's when it takes off. So, like you said, you starting with them babies. So if nothing else,
Baby.
you gonna build a strong base of babies. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't do it, when they come up, it's gonna be crazy. You feel me? Because
That's right.
they gonna have it all.
You're gonna be in them, right.
That's all they gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, that's real.
Oh, dude, and it's like, yo, I mean, like I said, in this day and time, with the way the communication is, it's not even that hard. It's not. I mean,
Yep.
the hardest piece is gonna be raising the money, because, like I said, my piece is I'm trying to make sure that I sell product, because I ain't trying to get caught up on no fuckery, because I see what they doing with It's a brother by the name of Umar Johnson, and I'm seeing
Yep.
how they doing, what's going on with him. I'm not trying to get
With
caught
the
up.
girl thing,
Right, right.
Yeah.
Buy a book. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, because I'm not on. You know what I'm saying? Let me offer. Let's trade. You don't come at me. People don't come at me like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it all the way 100. Let's trade. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll buy the property and I'll donate that shit back to the community once the community is built up, because it's gonna pay for itself. As a matter of fact, it's gonna pay beyond itself. You know what I'm saying? The only rules that one of the major rules that I'm having is that once somebody buy it, they can't sell it to anybody but the community. All the houses have to stay within the community possession. So you can't go to no outside bank and get no loan on our property or nothing like that, because what that would do, that would allow outsiders to get in and get control of it. So all the shit has to stay inside. If you want to renovate something and you want to get money, you can pull money out, but you got to get the loan from us. We operate as the bank. You know what I'm saying? The people that clean up the area is employed by us. The people that fix the shit in the houses is employed by us. The people that manage the units are people that are employed by us. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, I'm sitting up here. When I saw this, because I'm living in an apartment complex, when I seen that shit, I said, damn, they employing about 12 motherfuckers. And, and we got, about 120 units? They employing 12 motherfuckers. That's 12 people. That's 12 more people that could be working. You know what I'm saying? 12.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't even got no community store. They ain't even got no community center. They ain't got none of this stuff that I'm talking about putting up in there. They ain't got no fancy playground for the kids so that they can really learn about agility and take risks, take safe risk. I know that's kind of oxymoron.
No, I feel you though.
So, but this is what I'm gonna do. All right. So we're gonna end the call, and I'm going to upload the show. And if I'm correct, I see your number on here. I could text you the information so that you could share the show, man. Because hey, keep on calling in, dude. And you might want to get your own show, because you got a good voice.
Sure.
You got a good. Really, dude. Because listen, we got it's so many people out here right now that it only takes one of us to have a hit. And the only way one of us is gonna get a hit is by all of us doing something. You see what I'm saying? And it only
Right.
take one of us to get a hit. You know what I'm saying? One conscious brother to get a hit, one conscious sister to get a hit, and then the rest of us can squeeze through the goddamn door. All you gotta do is crack. All we gotta do is crack the door open. We're gonna bust that motherfucker down and get those millions, so that we could do what we need to do. All right?
There it is. There it is.
So this
Hey,
is brother
definitely,
Hakeem.
like you said, you see the number, so definitely get the information to me.
Yes, sir. So this is brother Hatim. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio, FreeStyle Friday. I want to thank the guests for being on. I want to thank you for calling in. I want to thank those that was trying to call in and those that called a little bit early, but I was running late. My daughters wanted to play at the playground, so I'm going to let my babies play at the playground a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is about the kids. All right, but now, well, I'm about to say peace, so expect a text from me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
All right.